And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
Sounds like a little bit of an adult porn voice, but I'm Alex. Missed you guys midway, and I missed you guys.
Yep, it's been a chaotic couple of days, but we're back and better than ever until we're not. Like this coming Thursday.
Yeah, we're also taking Thursday off. It's holiday time, and I don't know, Antifa, Palantir, like whatever. It's you get the content you pay for.
Yeah, it's summer and this is free, so we're gonna miss one or two every once in a blue moon. Got any big plans this coming Thursday?
I don't like to reveal my things, so just check with the Palantir boys if you want to get in touch with me. They'll be monitoring me the entire way, but I am going to be leaving the great state of Arizona, do a little bit of a driver-rooski, and see what's going on. What about you?
I am also going to be leaving sweet Tombstone, Arizona, and actually going to head on over to a coast and celebrate the 4th in my super rad Macho Man Randy Savage button-up.
Ooh. That's the right way to do it. It's is it the one that says back-to-back World War champs? I don't think you can wear that one anymore since we became the Department of War.
No. Ever since I learned that, in fact, we lost Vietnam and Iran, we are now back-to-back losers. So no more putting any more faith in that T-shirt. I had to RIP it.
Yeah, it's what's it called? One thing I didn't put in here. It's it happened last week, and I read about it. It was a 3-star general. Did we talk about the guy that Hexef got rid of, a 3-star?
You're gonna have to narrow that one down.
Fair enough. It's actually it was a white. So surprising that he got rid of one of those. But apparently, he was in charge of what's it called, European and African Command, and the guy led Delta Force. And apparently, he was beloved by the troops because the guy who shot Bin Laden in the face and a bunch of the Delta guys came out this is one of the dumbest things ever. That guy was awesome. And again, if you command the Delta Force guys, why the F are you getting kicked out by a dude who's a Coast Guard monkey and can't do a proper pull-up? I don't get that.
Well, did he have any rad tattoos, like the first 4 words of the Constitution that he doesn't follow tattooed on his forearm, or?
No, he was also missing an affliction T-shirt, which is clearly a sign of a real alpha male. And I don't think his truck was lifted. So a lot of bad things going on with him. Only thing was he led Delta in combat, was a ranger, I believe, as well. But no lifted truck, no cool stuff. And get out of here.
No ranger, or he was a ranger, but no bedazzled shirt and no lifted truck.
No truck nuts anywhere.
So he's gay.
He's
because
a
only
boy.
Tough guys, only the tough, the warriors were breeding. But let's get rid of the actual guy who controls the warriors, right?
Yes, and they got rid of him essentially. They're like, yeah, man, we're also going to get rid of this position. A lot of us, the whole thing is, with Trump administration, they do the whole flood the zone thing, and you check it, and then oh my God, that's insane. And then you refresh your page, you're that's even more insane. More things come across. You're I can't keep track of this. There's so much idiocy happening. I was you would imagine booting a guy who ran Delta Force, was in charge of Europe and Africa at a time right now wouldn't be a headline, but it's just a snip.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense to me, but like I said, barely a high school graduate here. Why would you fire the guy who killed Bin Laden, who we pinned the 9/11 attack on, when we are definitely going to have to pin a bunch of stuff coming up? Isn't that your go-to guy?
We're just pitting dudes who just tweet nice things about Trump. That's going to be the next, caveat for Medal of Honor. Is I know this guy jumped on a grenade, but he said some negative things about Hexef back in the day. So, I don't know, maybe a combination medal at most.
I don't know. Guy took a bullet for the country, but he doesn't believe we should be Christian conservatives. So, adios, amigo. Can't wait to not put your headstone up at Arlington.
Guys are registered Democrats, so just go ahead and get them out of my Marine Corps here.
We only want tough guys who don't die when they have the flu that I caused. But in that.
So I think you were talking to me about a little Cybertruck incident. I personally always flick them off, but you went ahead and did a little bit more.
So as we've covered numerous times, Cybertruck drivers are the worst people on Earth. And yesterday I saw one And I normally give Teslas, if you've gone out and put your little, I bought this before Elon went crazy sticker on it. You know what? Cool. It's a big purchase. You got to ride it till the wheels fall off. I understand it. Cybertrucks were after the fact, however. So you get no grace from me. And I saw one yesterday with the best bumper sticker I've ever seen. We're on a three-lane major highway, kind of. And I pull up and I look over from the left lane because I'm a man. And all the way in the right lane is a Cybertruck with a bumper sticker on it that says, "Relax. It's just a car, not a political statement."
I bought the swastika after this guy was on stage doing Hitler salutes, but clearly separate the artist from the art.
Yeah, pretty much. So it took me about 30 seconds. It was a pretty busy highway, but I had to really focus to get out of the left lane into the center lane just to move back forward until I got in front of that Cybertruck just to cut it off, and then immediately got back out of that lane. So there is no way that guy knew, like, there's no way he could be like, oh, maybe he was lost. Like, no, this guy cut me off for a reason, and it's probably my stupid bumper sticker. And honestly, some of you will say I'm petty, and obviously you're new listeners. I am the pettiest of them all. I felt great about it and immediately called you.
That was the only time somebody cut him off. Like, we're not doing our part. Cybertruck owners should be miserable every day of a week. Like,
I'm doing my part. Doing my part. I didn't do effing S.
Every time I see one, they're getting a middle finger. Like, and granted, a lot of times I'm in a Prius and I just look like a hater, but sometimes I'm not and I'm in another vehicle. And, if you have any sort of a vehicle, especially if it's another truck, wave at, laugh at them, and flick them off. Because when a guy in a Prius calls you gay, it stinks. It should.
Yeah, there was years and years ago, there was through no actions of my own, I got stuck driving a smart car for a little while. And I like to think that when I flicked people off, like there was a little more to it. They had to stop and like really look in that rear view mirror back into their own soul. Like, maybe it's me.
Listen, man, I will justify driving a Prius not just because it's energy efficient, but it's the whole thing of what it makes you look like. It's if you're a 6 and you surround yourself with 3s, that automatically elevates you to at least a 7 or 8. Same way as a normal man hopping out of a Prius, I look like a big mother effer right now. I jumped down from a lifted truck. I'm just a small midget. So that's why I drive a smaller vehicle. So when I pop out of it, dude, invisible lats, everything, I look like I am huge.
Yeah, that's fair point. That is how math works. So, so when you hop in your bigger truck, you're actually down 500% on masculinity because presidential math.
You actually look smaller when you hop out of a truck. But speaking of the math, let's go ahead and kick this thing off because we got one. Who said it? And what reference? Under President Trump, the U.S. unemployment rate is at a historic low of just 4.3%. It was at a dismal rate of 3.4 under Biden. Who said it?
I believe this was Carolyn Levitt.
It certainly was. And she said it with a straight face, and I had to Google it. I was like, there's no effing way this is real. I was like, they can't be that stupid. And yeah, sure enough, they are.
Well, I looked at this slightly different than you. Maybe it's not stupid. Maybe she's just a woman. And as a conservative Christian woman, what is she doing worrying about maths when she should be pregnant, barefoot, and back in that kitchen? All right, this is what you voted for, hun. You can't pretend to be the smarty pants now.
With her husband of about a 25-year age difference.
Yeah, you should be changing both those diapers on a regular basis. City miles.
Yeah, and honestly, that wasn't the only thing I had to pick from. There was also the J.D. Vance comment when he was, I forgot who he was talking to, but he's like, yeah, we're really looking at the Nixon era, and I'm just paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're looking at the Nixon era, and the whole Watergate scandal, I think it was overblown. If it happened today, it would just be a blip in a 12-hour news cycle. Wait a second, JD, are you telling me that spying and breaking into the Democratic headquarters wouldn't even be that big of a deal if we look at the rest of the S you're doing?
Yeah, 1,000% he did. From the guy who failed at ordering donuts,
I'll I'll take the round ones with the holes in it.
That's still my favorite thing ever uttered from any politician ever was J.D. Vance looking that donut guy in the face when he went, "And what can I get you?" And he goes, "Whatever makes sense." It's my favorite. It is my favorite clip of a politician. We're like, our teachers who knew we were morons growing up sold us so short. Like, we could be presidents right now.
Yeah, I can't. I wasn't born here, but still, like, it's they were about to change the law for Schwarzenegger. So if he wasn't found like knocking up his babysitter, like, he'd have a chance.
Dude, liberals and their obsession with rules and laws. You people are deranged.
God, if only they didn't find out about his out of wedlock baby. Like, this would be like he screwed over a Kennedy. Like, I don't know how you recover from that one. Like, he screwed over the wrong Kennedy. You could have screwed over Bobby, or no, what's it called, RFK instead. But he went after Maria.
You know, I hate RFK. It's so hard for me to just focus on like who's the one you hate the most. And I swear to you, it changes for me on the hour every hour. It's flooding the box. I'm like, J.D. Vance has to be the dumbest son of a that we've ever elected. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, nah, look at this one.
Yeah, they'll outdo each other. But all right, let's get this thing going. It's essentially technically it kind of is our Friday since we're not doing a Thursday one, and it should be a short week because most of the people listening to this should be patriots and taking some days off. So let's get on the top.
Fair.
Yeah, hell yeah. Or no one's there, but more on that later. So last week we're a week away. It was 405. It went up to 420. On the news that they think that Tesla might beat the delivery expectations. Again, the stock market is just feelings. And also Tesla went ahead and pushed out an update to their full self-driving. It's apparently the first update they've done in a very long time. And I think if you listen to the last episode, you kind of know why they pushed out an update, because a car ran into a house and killed a man. And it's like when McDonald's came out and put down warning hot on their coffee cups, people didn't look at that and be like, oh man, those guys are real progressive. Like, they finally put safety things. Like, no man, they're about to get hit by a lawsuit.
I still say, as much as I hate Ronald Reagan and everything he did, the jury allowing that lady to successfully sue McDonald's over the coffee too hot thing, I don't care. That was like that's when the country fell off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started the whole thing.
Yeah, now, granted, it was like 400 degrees and boiling when they handed it to her. You still have an expectation of hot.
Correct. I mean, Grandma was old. She was pruny to begin with. Even if it was at the standard 200, she still would have been burned. I mean, yeah, it's a guy you're paying minimum wage. Double check the effing lid.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This is where it got ruined. But yeah, now it's gotten way worse. So what did I know?
I was driving back. I was listening to a podcast, and one of the things you were saying, I think it's somewhere in the South, there's a guy suing Waffle House. It's like an old man. Like, he's walking by and he sees, like, I don't know, it was like like blueberry pancake breakfast or something. Short time. He's like, man, that looks amazing. And apparently he didn't notice a curb, so he's like, oh God, hits the curb and just goes flat on his face. They are now suing Waffle House because the advertisement took his attention off and it damaged the old man. And that's all because of a hot coffee lady.
Yeah, no. And instead of awarding him any sort of settlement, they should just, like, make him fight the people at Waffle House to see how the judgment would come out.
If you lose one of these cases, you are paraded through the streets and berated. Paraded and berated should be the punishment if you do a stupid lawsuit, and after that, be like, no, we're not doing this.
You should be forced to buy a Cybertruck and deal with people like us, knowing you're a loser.
An excellent punishment. Just buying a Cybertruck alone should be a punishment, but
yeah, absolutely.
Deal. So speaking of Cybertrucks, they're also, what's it called? SpaceX, we told you, it was $1.56 last week and went up to $1.70. And honestly, I thought it was for no reason whatsoever. And it's just became a meme stock, but it's part of a White House grift effort. Because the White House came out and suggested that Musk may be doing a donation to the Trump accounts. And in case you don't remember, Trump accounts are something that Trump is going to be unveiling on the 4th of July. They're kind of like 401ks for kids. And you can donate up to $5,000. And, you know, the people who clearly need the money for their children have $5,000 to blow to put into these accounts. Again, this is an actual handout to the rich. And the whole reasoning behind the Trump accounts is that families can contribute $5,000 annually, which can then be automatically invested in American companies that the government deems proven winners. So the government puts an existing president's name on it, and then takes the money, puts it in the stock accounts, which I would imagine it probably then buys beforehand and watches it go up. So this is just more of a grift.
Yeah, no, honestly, anything this guy throws out, there's some sort of back end deal. Here's the problem, though. The automatically be invested into American companies they deem proven winners, and the guy in charge of it has 7 bankruptcies. Why is he the gold standard on what is a proven winner?
Let me talk. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
Unless it's investing in Hunter Biden paintings, I don't want any part of this.
Jesus Christ, all the stuff they said about Hunter Biden and the grift that they're doing, we're not even going to have time for it. But we just did a mineral deal with Kazakhstan, and lo and behold, Don and Eric Jr. are part of a company that is going to be doing the mineral deal down there. So any one of your friends ever says Hunter Biden, you punch him in the face and you say, shut your whore mouth.
And then go buy one of his awesome paintings.
Yeah. They were actually pretty good, like bushy paintings. You know what? If I had the cash, I'd buy a bushy painting.
Honestly, he should just recreate the paintings from Epstein, where it's like Bill Clinton in the blue dress, and it's Trump playing with his little toys and his, sitting crisscross applesauce. He should just do that.
That would be a troll job. I like it. But let's move this thing over to Honey Badgerstan. There's some trolling going on out there. Last episode, we told you about the fuel issues in Crimea, and that actually led to a lot of people fleeing Crimea. A lot of the Russians rolled out, and I'm happy to say that they are coming home to the exact same situation, because there are fuel shortages all over Russia, and especially in Moscow. One of the videos I saw, it's like this blogger, got those big old sunglasses on. He's like, yeah, people are saying there's no gas. It's and there's lines. And he rolls up to a gas station, check this out. No one here. There's no lines whatsoever. And he's like, and we got gas. Ooh, that gas is expensive. He's like, but whatever. He's like, I'm rich. I'm a blogger. And he goes to grab one of the fuel pumps. He's like, uh-oh. He's like, this one's locked. He's like, well, maybe I just a 93 octane. He's like, let's try the 91's locked. He's like, 87. He's like, diesel? He's like, they're all locked. He's like, huh. I was like, I guess I know why. There's nobody at this gas station. So that moment of realization where you try to do a troll job, you're like, fake news. He's like, no, this is real. And I don't have any gas.
I don't know what all those Cubans were complaining about. I hope it happens. Oh, I hope it happens so bad. Hairs are raising up on my arm right now just thinking about it.
Well, one of the things that it has come out, they've essentially reached out to Kazakhstan, and they said, there's a bunch of petrol in Kazakhstan, and Kazakhstan literally came out. Beforehand, when Putin had some nuts and people feared the guy, they wouldn't say anything, or they just give him all the gas. But Kazakhstan's come out, and they said, nah, man, it's we're not sending anything over to you guys. The house is crumbling.
Buddy, this is the whole problem with paper tigers. For 40 years, Russia and the U.S. were the top names in I don't want to fight this guy. This is going to get messy and bloody and go forever. And now it's starting to look like the bullies have gotten exposed a bit.
If we had stayed out of Iran, we'd still look like bad mother-effers. But that whole thing with Iran, and is it on again or is it off again? When I was coming back, I'm we're bombing them for the second day. I was when I left all night, my trip, apparently there was a ceasefire, a strait was opening up, and then it all ended.
Well, evidently the ceasefire is in Iran is demanding it includes ceasefire in Lebanon as well. And our little tiny daddies overseas are never going to let that go. So there is no ceasefire.
Fair enough.
You can announce it all you want, buddy. You can manipulate the stock market and your fake money all you want. It's still American lives over there getting screwed over for something we had no part of.
I know the exact photo that I'm going to use for the album art for this episode, then, since Tiny Hat took care of it. But another problem that they're having, anyone who can get gas down there, first of all, they're cut off in so much they can get. I think it's 60 liters is the max. I don't know what that is in freedom units, but it's not going to fill up an actual car. There's actually a video these dudes, they took a grinder, cut an opening on the side of their car, and they made it look like a gas tank. And inside, it's this little Ivan fella sitting with a bunch of gas cans, because some of the stuff they said you're not allowed to fill up gas cans. But when you can fill up your car, one of the things they're noticing is like the gas that they're putting out there is subpar. So we're complaining about switching from 10% ethanol to 15%. Down there, it's a whole lot worse. Like some dudes will fill up their car and they're like, what the hell, this thing's not even running anymore. And just a heads up, Trump is trying to push that thing, the ethanol, to 15% year round because it makes gas prices look small.
Yep. 60 liters would be 15.85 Freedom gallons.
So would fill up a regular car.
That gets you close anyways.
Yeah.
And yes, adding 15% filler to gas just means you're heading back to that gas station faster.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing where he's like, yeah, man, you get more back at the, like you get less on each one of your taxes. Like, this sounds awesome. And then people did the math like, wait, I get less back on my tax returns at the end of the year. Like, don't ask, no questions.
Dude, just don't pay any taxes throughout the year like Scott Besson told us. Just have zero withholdings, and then don't worry about what happens next April.
Have you considered making children with a Christian woman?
Have you considered stopping being poor and buying more money?
So one thing, it's if you are not poor and you actually are looking to relocate to Russia, it's just understand that there's some houses coming up there. Crimea, obviously, a lot of real estate's up there. But another one that just hit the market is something from a known bootlegger called Steven Seagal. He went ahead and put up his house. So it's if you ever wanted to see rats fleeing a sinking ship, Steven Seagal rolling out of there should be a sign.
Well, you got rolling right, because I'm guessing he's gained about 250 pounds over the past few years. Fascism's hell on your eating habits. Just look at the White House.
Like, his movies got so wild. Like, at first he's moving all quick, and then he's like, Mrr. And then it's essentially him and like a rascal just fighting dudes who are like, Mrr. Like out of a wheelchair.
Yeah, it's like Putin doing his Sambo over there, where it's just people running at him and then immediately flying out of his way. He's so like, powerful. Watch me fall on my back all by myself.
It's like when he was playing in hockey and he scored 7 goals by himself. Like, bro, Ovechkin doesn't put up 7 goals in his prime. Like, Gretzky's not doing it. As like, well, that's because they're not Putin. Like, yeah, and also those guys didn't want their families killed.
Yeah, kind of like Dennis Rodman losing that game of 1-on-1 to Kim Jong-il or Un or whichever one it was. Like, totally legit. Nothing could have gone wrong here.
He's like, man, that round basketball-shaped fellow is really good at basketball. He's like, I had no idea I was the wrong body type for basketball. It's like, that fat mother effer is the right ideal height and weight.
I'm just imagining Dennis Rodman trying to say, hey, do you all have Percocets here in Korean? But nonetheless.
I was in his rider.
Charter member of the NWO.
So, moving on to Ukraine, they were a little bit busy. They went ahead and hit the Dubna Space Comm Center twice. So they hit it last week and they hit it again. They also struck the Vladimir Satellite Uplink Center. And Russia uses about 5 total satellite uplinks to take care of all their satellites. And that's 2 down, 3 more to go. Ukraine went ahead and also just said, you know what? We got these F-16s laying around. He's like, why don't we go ahead and attack a airbase down in the Rostov region? And they took out 4 Ka-52 helicopters, the Alligator ones. We also went ahead and launched missiles at a production facility that I don't even remember where it's at. I try to go find it, but they were extremely busy because right afterwards, they went ahead and took out a site that had S-300 and 400 air defenses and power plant, and it's in a Kursk region. And if the name Kursk sounds familiar, that's because that's where that bridge is. The one connecting Crimea, that Ukraine is like, that mother effer's going down. And I personally am putting my champagne to be chilled. I'm bringing it out. I'm getting it ready. And I think 4th of July, this weekend, that thing is popping. So if you got a couple shekels and Kalshi's taking bets, that's where my money would be.
Yeah, I was a little I still kind of want the barge packed with dynamite. It just seems so cartoony. But also plausible that they almost did. But yeah, that bridge is, I hope it's got its will and testament all settled up, because that thing's going bye-bye.
Zelensky going to like the Roadrunner, beep, beep, and just pushing a plunger when you watch the bridge fall down and then he runs off. Like, I think that would be hilarious. But I will take my W's any possible way that it happens. But The fact that the S-300 systems, those are pretty modern system, and the S-400 as well, and those things cost millions of dollars. And that got burnt out by a couple drones. So Ukraine's getting closer and closer, and that bridge is going to fall.
Yeah, no, I can't wait till we're children are ringing around the rosy for the for Crimean Bridge falling down instead of the London Bridge. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I can't wait to sing that song, but all politics is local and history repeats itself because our completely sane president has decided to plaster a giant golden eagle on the Truman balcony. And if you haven't seen a picture of it, just remember when you were still in high school, and remember all those eagles the Nazis had? The old spread eagle one, like the wings are all out. Like, he did that, but instead of it, the Nazi symbol, it had the Judge Dredd symbol below. Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify for any viewers who haven't seen this yet. It is spread eagle as far as eagles looking to the left, wings are all the way out. Not spread eagle like that Melania photo shoot where we all got to see her box. Just wanted to throw a clarification in there. Sorry.
I mean, you can compare it to that. I figured a Nazi eagle would have been a pretty good description because it is exactly out of central casting of Nazi eagles. But the one thing that got me thinking, our president's gay, right? Like, he loves decorating. He's always putting gold, like, gaudy things everywhere. He keeps talking about Arnold Palmer's hog and a bunch of other, like, men's hog. Like, when he was at the Naval Academy, he's like, get that man up here. He's got such good biceps. Like, he literally had a bunch of dudes wrestling on his front yard, and he uses makeup on a date. Like, he's just Pride Month. He's kind of like Peter Thiel, except no one's ever outed.
Well, he is ruining lives, and I don't know... See, this is a little weird for me because I'm all for gay rights. That's great. But are we still calling it gay if they're underage?
What do you mean?
Like, you don't want to be like, this guy's gay, but like they're 9-year-old boys he's into kind of thing. Like, I think that almost takes away from the pedophilia. I'm not here to kink shame. We're not. We are very sex positive here. When
kink shaming if you like kids.
Yeah. Except for you have to be 18. That's sort of our one hard line.
I am definitely not gonna be saying like, you know what, different strokes, different folks. Like, you might like kids, and that's normal. Like, no. That's where I trouble.
No, I refuse to consensually to kink shame anything consensual, but you do have to be over that 18 line. That's come on, we're gentlemen here. We're supposed to be.
Honestly, be within 10 years of your partner for F's sake. Like, stop as Cash Patel. Like, I'm 48 and my girlfriend's 22. Like, that ain't normal, homie.
Yeah, some of that's a little off. I can almost excuse it. It still raises some eyebrows and brings up some questions. I'm still going to laugh about you behind your back, and you won't be part of that group text. But you know what? If you're over 18 and you're here to exploit that daddy issue, you know what? Go ahead. Mr. Levitt seems very happy from what I've seen, but yeah, they got to be over 18 though. That's that one speed bump that these Republicans just can't get over. But yeah, 100% get.
How about them being married?
Oh no, that's only for show. That's only for show.
Fair enough, because you're talking like my boy Ken Paxton out of Texas, because he was spotted with someone who is not his wife. And there's a video. Have you seen the video?
I have seen this video.
So the video is, for all you who haven't seen, let me describe. Essentially, they got a video on Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is essentially facing the camera, the recorder. And the woman who is not his wife is kind of a 90-degree offset. She's facing the other way. She's smiling. They're having a good time. And Ken goes to take his arm on her back just to pretty much rub it down and head towards the cheeks. At which point he sees the camera is directed right on him, and he kind of like, whoop, the whole, like you go to salute and then you just check your hair type of movement. And I will give Ken this. While he is technically still married, he is going through divorce. At that point, I think it's fine. But did you see who he's with?
I saw the haircut, so I'm guessing it's got to be another conservative Christian, right?
Very conservative. She is a Christian influencer and a mother of 7.
All right, listen. I was part of that Just Add Dad community. I think it's great, stepkids, but you have to know what you're getting into. Seven kids, and we're gonna let you make decisions for other people? Are you insane? Also, because I know a lot of people are gonna go, there was nothing inappropriate. If I or anybody walked up to you in that public setting and touched your back the same way he was doing, you'd turn around and punch me in the face, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. If I did that little rub to you when you were next to me at the urinal, you would freak out.
Yeah. And honestly, like the fact that when he saw the camera was looking right at him and he completely stopped, that should tell you that even he knew. He's like, uh-oh. He's like, I'm a public figure and someone just recorded me with someone who is not my wife and who is still married. Well, for the time being, I didn't check if she's still married now.
Well, but did you check to see if she was a vegan like Frico's girlfriend? Because that's what's important.
Well, it's also Talafrico himself.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. This is that same Trump versus Kamala thing where like all these terrible things, but they've got a weird laugh and he doesn't eat meat. So it's a toss up, buddy. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know where to vote.
Let me right now make it very clear. The next presidential candidate who cares about the country and the Constitution can eat grubs out of the effing ground and snack on grass for all I care. Like, he could drink from a pond and eat shrubs. He can be, I don't care what his personal thing. He ain't touching kids, and he's working for America. I'm fine with him. His private life is not my thing.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have any sort of stocks he's trading or any of that other BS. Like, let's just take it back to Jimmy Carter. Like, whoever's next president has to push everyone to be like, guys, no more stock trading. Just we're out on this and get rid of that stupid immunity.
I feel like right now we can go on for a very long time. Be like, our president shouldn't do the following. It's like, there's a big list that the Trump family just essentially just completely ignoring. But the one thing that really stuck out to me is they were supposed to sign the 21st Road to Housing Act. And he went ahead, he's like, no, I'm not signing it. We got to sign the Save America Act. And he literally said this is, it's nothing. And just for reference, the House passed this 358 to 32. The Senate passed this 85 to 5. And in the House, it was led by someone from Massachusetts and someone from South Carolina. In the Senate, someone from effing California and Arkansas worked together. Like, how much more bipartisan do you want? Like, not even the votes. Like, the people who started this and led the effort, these are not states that see eye to eye. And this is a bipartisan bill in a current environment that he's like, I'm not signing it. We got to save America.
Yeah, no, the guy does not care about America. Helping Americans, even if it gets him votes, is not what he cares about. And he never will. All he wants is the stupid SAVE Act so he can bang 60% of our voting population and hopefully steal some stuff.
Yeah. Technically, I will go ahead and counterpoint with you. You said he doesn't care about the votes. He definitely does care about the votes. That's why he's trying to push Save America Act to put a bunch of restriction in so it makes it tougher for people to vote.
No. I'm sorry. He cares about that section of it. About helping America. Last thing he could ever give an S about.
Yeah, our boy just wants to stay in power because let's go over this bill real quick. Some quick pointers just in case you haven't heard about it. This bill would streamline environmental reviews in an effort to speed the process of constructing homes. Another provision of the bill would expand the definition of manufactured housing, making it cheaper and easier to mass produce such homes. Like, this is literally the wet dream of everyone in MAGA, is FE environmental reviews and help me get a wider, like double wide. Like, these are literally the people. And the fact that it's, like, if you own 10 hats, like MAGA hats, you probably live in a trailer.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, you could be living next to a trailer park, or you could be living out of your car, waiting on your draw checks from us, from our blue state friends over in California, who were nice enough to let you have some of those monies. So they're not necessarily in a trailer park. They could be around or camping or,
I would say 10 hats or more, 80% in the trailer park.
Well, I mean, you look at that one weird rapper they keep bringing out that's got Trump's name tattooed on his face. And that guy looks classy and rich.
Why hasn't that guy gotten deported yet? That would be one of the feel-good stories.
I can't wait till he ends up at a Walmart working the front register. I'm just waiting for that day to get him. I'm like, hey, do that rap. about how your life's so much better now.
God, whatever. Let's move this thing along. I'll get heated. It'll ruin my Tuesday. But another portion of the bill is going to provide various grants and loans aimed at supporting the development of new housing or improving of already existing properties, including rebuilding aging homes and converting vacant buildings into housing. It also increases certain banks' public welfare investment camp. It allows them to invest more in low-income and affordable housing communities. Like, again, try to find me a problem with any of this. Like, you will rehab the existing buildings, you will build more of them, and bankers can make money at the same time while they're doing good. And honestly, it might be a little bit of a culture shock for the rich to be helping out the poor at the same time. So I'd say that's a 50-50 split.
The only thing I can think of is he can't personally profit from this somehow.
Yes, he can. He can profit off everything.
No, of course. They're just going to make some LLC and be like, I want a no-bid contract for my company that's 3 hours old.
There's going to be Trump doorknobs that have to be installed in every effing house. Like Trump windows. Like, this guy's into Windows now? He's doing a fencing company. And
yeah, Paul, but I don't know. He just really, really wants this SAVE Act.
It's insane. I mean, another part of a program, like this thing has so many parts to it. Like another part is making small dollar mortgages, which help people buy lower cost homes more accessible. It also seeks to help veterans access potential housing opportunities, like, the bunch of homeless veterans that we have. It also, it would restrict the number of single-family homes that large institutional investors can own and report how many such properties they control, with the goal of promoting home ownership opportunities by the American families rather than corporations. Losers and suckers need a home, but let's be honest. The whole thing about, we're going to stop corporations from buying all these homes. There isn't a piece of legislature that can make it through politics fast enough that these people don't find a loophole. If I am limited with my company, F Those Poors, to only own 300 homes, I am about 30 minutes away from registering F Those Poors 2 and owning another 300 homes. Big money is always going to be in it. You'll get out of that by taxing out-of-state companies that buy homes, but that's a completely different thing. But this helps veterans.
Yeah, well, suckers and losers. You guys should have gone to college or just entered the workforce. But because all of you had nothing to offer the world except for your bodies, you joined the military, and honestly, you should be off of our government team right now. Is the general the vibe I'm getting from this? But screw the veterans. That has never hurt anybody politically ever throughout any time.
Dude, they're talking about screwing over Medicare and Medicaid. The thing, it's an entitlement. It's an entitlement. They used to talk about it back in 2020. It's we're never touching it. Reagan even said the national debt has nothing to do with the 401k and everything else like that. And he said they should never be touched. And these people are we just want every entitlement. How about the entitlements of tax breaks to corporations? Can we go after us? No, those guys are job creators. Well, AI is going to replace me, so there'll be no jobs. Can we tax them, man? Shut up.
Yeah, no. They will just maneuver and change their story about why the rich have to have this money and why you shouldn't. And as an American, you should just accept that because arguing with the government is the least American thing we've ever done ever. So don't pay attention to anything you see coming on the 4th of July where we talk about it nonstop.
Never had a war or anything else. Just, you know what? The king wants more taxes. We'll pay for your tea, good sir.
Yeah. Nope. All you MAGA people are the British sympathizers in this case. So remember that one on Saturday. Speaking of all those people, wink. Freedom 250 State Fair kicked off on Thursday with literally dozens of people showing up to behold the wonders of not that much. Literally nobody came to this show on Thursday, which was day one. Generators failed, leading to no food, melted ice cream, and even a broken Ferris wheel, which is the white trash triple dinger. On Friday, Vanilla Ice, the only guy to not peace out from the original lineup, ended up getting canceled anyways due to inclement weather, which is even funnier when you Google weather for DC and find out it never rained.
Vanilla Ice didn't get his chance to perform?
Nope. His concert performance also melted away with the rest of the ice cream.
Jesus. You would think a guy who used to run a whole thing like The Apprentice and whatnot, like, would be decent at this. But then again, he also ran a bunch of casinos and those went under.
Yeah, no, pretty much everything this guy touches turns to death. And I don't know why we thought this would be any different. But we're not done with the fair. My favorite part of the pair was Friday when a super cool photo of Celeste Kellogg, who's some sort of country artist, I guess I've never heard of, and her guitarist on the main stage. And it's a gorgeous picture. It's in 4K. It's beautiful. But when you zoom in on the guitarist who's wearing mirrored sunglasses, you can see the reflection of the massive crowd. And I counted 11.
I did have to Google Celeste Kellogg, and apparently she is an award-winning Nashville-based singer-songwriter and actress. Some of her songs are country swagger, and honestly, I've never heard a single thing of her. I think she's an idiot for doing this, but she got the exposure that I don't know, we get on YouTube with her 28 people who listen to it. So the same 28 people showed up in person.
Yep. And it makes it even funnier because if you don't know anything about DC kind of shows up and shows out for everything, whether it's a Pride parade or a Puerto Rican Day parade or name your minority here. Their food, their Taste of DC literally brings 30,000 people. And that's just kind of what the fair is, only it's worse food and nobody showed up. So this would be akin to everybody in Dallas getting mad at Jerry Jones and only having 50 people show up to a Cowboys home opener.
And I mean, let's say it's did you go over the guy's teeth?
The what?
The dude's teeth in the picture with his sunglasses?
Oh, yeah, just the most rednecky.
I mean, they also, they had the Confederate flag. I think it was either South Carolina or North Carolina.
North Carolina.
And they're like, this isn't what we meant to do. And it wasn't sponsored by North or South Carolina. It was sponsored by a third party. I'm like, that's exactly what you guys meant to do, but you got caught.
Yeah, because there was like 12 Confederate flags in there.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if it had a noose tying station for the kids.
Yeah, no, it's that was on purpose.
Did you see the video of a one church in the South?
Oh yes, I did. Which is why we cannot have Christianity in our schools.
Jesus Christ! Like when we looked at the indoctrinations by ISIS, we're like, that's insane. And for all of you who have not seen it, or some of you who are like, oh, I know exactly what video they're talking about. For the small amount that might not know about it, this is a video. It's literally in church and a bunch of kids and some dudes dressed up in army fatigues and they go move in like they're Gravy SEAL Team 6 and they shoot a guy who's supposed to be a Mexican. And the kids start cheering. That to me is the same indoctrination to kids as ISIS would do or any radical group would do. That has to stop.
Yeah, no, this is like a bound and gagged person they drag to the front of the church and then unload 70 fake gunshots into this guy, just mocking an execution, and the whole place is like hands in the air, like hallelujah, praise be. Like this is grooming.
Yeah, they made the Chicago ICE guys who rip people's guns out and shoot civilians. They made them look professional.
Yeah, no, it's bad, and all those people are bad. And if God was real, he would have wiped you all out already. So, guess we'll just have to do it for you, allegedly.
Well, if it's not the commandments or anything from the Bible, it's like, F those Mexicans. Like, what are you guys preaching in this? Like, F my neighbor too. Like, what kind of a church are you? Like, why do you have a tax exempt status?
Yeah, I feel like the Son of God, who was very peace, love, and respect your fellow man, also Middle Eastern. And somehow churches have lost their ways to be like, no, he was 6'4", about 240, whiter than my translucent skin tone.
Big homie lives in the desert, and he's like, no, white as hell, albino borderline, like he might have been from Ireland. Like, no, naturally speaking, he would be tan.
yeah, and honestly, probably closer to black. So when your brains unmelt, come back and see us. But maybe nobody's showing up to Big Boy's greatest state fair of all time in the world ever party. We'll give Trump that little push he needs to reconcile with that man in the mirror and ponder his words and actions over the last 80 years. So let's do a wellness check on Big Boy. Trump, Monday, 6:27 a.m. Do you think people appreciate what a fantastic job we did in building and operating the Great American State Fair at the National Mall, packed with happy people and everybody loving it? Do you think Obama or Sleepy Joe Biden could have done it? The answer is no. So, check this wellness check off.
Like, could Sleepy Joe Biden put 28 people into a grassy field? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he could. Like, can Obama do that? Like, no, he would have to turn a lot of people away. Like, this whole thing about TDS, like, can we do another class? Like, this man just keeps talking about Obama. Like, Obama didn't even run against him. He's like, Obama, like, Hussein. Like, God, just leave the man alone.
I just hope Democrats learn their lesson, and eventually, if we ever have an election again and get one into office, we just blame everything on Trump for the next 60 years, which honestly is probably letting him off lightly.
Just straight tribunal.
I mean, honestly, let's go back to having, like, you know, they keep trying to jam the Bible into schools. Let's start stoning people again.
Well, what,
buddy, you want me at the state fair? Tell me we're chucking rocks at pedophiles.
Theoretically, and I'm not saying or advocating for this, but if we want to be a little bit more like Putin, maybe start dealing with dissidents after the Democrats get into power, like Putin dealt with Prigozhin. Give him a one-way class ticket, first-class ticket on an airplane. Suck on that, Palantir crew.
No, I want to punish the families too. Anybody. Honestly, anybody who's done well over the past 2 years, I want, like, investigated, and like a Trump kind of investigation where you're guilty until proven innocent.
Stephen Miller and a pinata. I think that we have a country heals.
Yeah, no, I think we can do both. Have pinata economics and, you know, let's bring back some biblical punishments. I'm okay with that.
Stephen Miller in a pinata, like a little pinata. Like, he's not even a billionaire, but I want just his head. I want him in a donkey thing.
Theoretically.
If someone else were to do it, and I'm not advocating that they do.
Yeah, one of us here is being recorded on a regular basis, whether he wants to or not. No, but I'm just saying, you can have pinata economics, but just use rocks instead of sticks. Like, it is, you know, it's the beauty of this economic policy is that you can change and move it as you feel the need.
Did you see that how many people from Antifa they put into jail?
Yeah, oh yeah. Glad we got to those before the Epstein files.
Not a single person's been prosecuted from the Epstein file. We got 6 people who have been charged because they touched the reflecting pool, and we're giving out 50-year sentences to people protesting ICE. Like, I don't know. Like, if you still think this administration gives an F about you, like, you clearly have 10 hats, the MAGA hats.
Yeah, now, my original thought was Grandpa's Alzheimer's medicine got back ordered again after that last truthing he put out. But then I reconciled with my own man in the mirror, and maybe I'm a hateful troll, and my erratic liberal thinking is what's ruining my brain and making everything terrible again. So even though only a handful of people showed up to this fair, maybe they all had a great time, and I'm the one who's wrong, right? A little bit of humility. Never hurts to question yourself every once in a blue moon. So I rounded up the team at 60-40 investigative team and took to the interwebs to try and find one of these fairgoers who's actually having the fun Trump says he is. And I found one that had a blast, for a little bit anyways. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I do not. Please do tell.
Okay, so MAGA influencer and live streamer Gian Rachelli, maybe? I don't know. AKA Manny on the live streams, was at day 1 of the fair and was blown away by the Temu version of Circus Delay acrobats that they had there, right? He's also dressed as Uncle Sam and in overalls. So just picture exactly who you think this guy is, and I guarantee you're at least 99% right. And he was so into it that he went back for the second showing of these acrobats like an hour or so later. And he loved it. He was having the greatest time in the world until a third complaint from a witness came up that he was just whacking away and watching these acrobats bend and move.
How do we wait until the third complaint for a dude jacketed in the crowd?
I mean, it's MAGA, so maybe the acrobats looked young and they just figured it was cool. I don't know. I have not. The 60/40 investigative team was not able to get a comment from the acrobats.
Fair enough.
Manny was charged with lewd, indecent, or obscene acts and could end up on the sex registry list, which might also qualify him to be our future Secretary of War. So, I don't know, man. It seems like he had a good time for a while anyways.
I hate this whole thing when it's always like, well, the Democrats are grooming kids and Joe Biden's sniffing hair. Like, you mother effers are literally flying to an island to screw kids, and this guy's jacketed in a old patriotic, like, onesie. Like, what the hell is going on?
I mean, again, we're not here to kink shame, but
Yes, I am. I'm changing my view. I'm kink shaming if you're jacketed in a public place with kids. Like,
right, screw it. We're sex negative. Well, first off, we don't know if there are any children there because he may have been the only person at the state fair at the time. But still, you can excuse yourself to the bathroom if the urge is too great to hold it off till you get home. I mean, in public, come on.
This is the first MAGA event that doesn't drag kids to it. Like, you give the people what they want. These guys fly on to an island to see kids. Like, you don't think they're going to bring kids there? And, like, what was it? I forgot who it was, but it's one guy who's talking, and it's like, it's got the family all dressed up in MAGA hats, MAGA shirts, and he's got the kid there, and he's talking to him. He's like, yeah. He's like, what do you think about, like, everything going on? He's like, I'm just sick and tired of seeing all these flags, these gay flags. He's like, yeah, it's like, it's their whole identity is they put it on everyone. He's like, yeah. He's like, and they also indoctrinate the kids with it. He's like, yeah, like all the time, like the kids dressed in the MAGA stuff, got the hats, like they all got this stuff. Like, you guys literally don't look in the mirror before you leave the office, do you?
Stop pointing out the things I'm doing that I say I hate in other people. But yeah, we are off Thursday. We'll be back Tuesday, probably. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I hope so. But,
I think next week we're going to hit it hard with 2 episodes.
Yeah, we're trying to get back to normal. And hopefully, rumor has it, there's a lot of hubbub on the internets that Mitch McConnell's dead, and they're hiding it so Kentucky's Democratic governor can't replace him before the election. So, I don't know, man. Fingers crossed.
So we did the whole thing about how much these guys get paid, and Mitch McConnell's at least getting pulled in $1.74, right?
Yeah, on the books, sure.
Correct. At the very least, he's got 174, a bunch of stipends and everything else. Like, can we make it so you have to show up to work once every 2 weeks in order to get a paycheck, or you stop getting paychecks unless you're on vacation? Can we do that?
Yes. If you're a Democrat, they will do that immediately. Yes. If you're a Republican, you can just F off for 4 months, like what's his face from New York, or I guess Mitch McConnell, who may or may not be dead.
RFK will climb underneath your stall just to check in your genitals.
I hope RFK discovers the truth first, and he is there right before the doctor pronounces him, right after, so he can cut off his penis and whatever he does to those things, adds it to his Dexter slides.
The fact that these guys don't have to show up to work for 2 weeks, and who knows how much longer. I don't know. We have Zoom. Put Mitchie on the freaking Zoom call.
Maybe pick up a second part-time job, and that way you don't have to rely on stock trading.
God, a toasty mother effers.
Make your coffee at home.
I'm Alex Midway. Enjoy the 4th, and watch out for Antifa.
And I'm Eric Halsey. USA. USA.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.